Really? I swear to God, they just started mowing the lawn as soon as I pressed start broadcast. Like, they were not mowing the lawn a second ago. Feel duped. Duped? Hi, everybody. I am back. Anyways, I figured out how to cast from my tablet to my laptop instead of mirroring my laptop on my tablet so that I can have all my fancy pressure sensitivity and stabilization and stuff. And so now we have an actually pretty good line art going on here. There's only like a few more details I really need to edit. But otherwise, she's almost ready. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the face part. We are gonna keep that later for future reference because we want all of our faces to stay even. I do run into a problem where, like, if I don't have the reference lines, I'll start to slant some faces, and some faces will stay even, so, like, we need to have those reference lines, unfortunately. So, now that we have basically all of our lines where we want them, we're going to do varying thickness. Have to be on the right layer. And what this will really do is add to our sense of style. I personally like to, for my line art, put little like bridges in the opening for like the deepest shadows, and I find that it really brings some definition to it. So yeah, we're gonna come in here and round this out, and as you can see, I'm pretty close. Like, I'm very nitpicky about how even my lines grow and shrink. Like, even this little piece right there bothers me, so I'll just go in like super close to the pixels and just boop, and see when I zoom out, it's pretty much even. It doesn't have to be super exact, because obviously you're zooming in way closer than most people are gonna see, and you want to keep some imperfections because it does add to the character of the drawing. We're going to come in here, make this part a little bit deeper, and then we're going to go ahead and add some of the inside of the ears. Let's get the Let's get the other one. And as you can see, there's like a night and day difference to me in this tablet navigation now that I can actually pinch and pan and all that good stuff. Alright, we've got two nice looking ears there. They're a little uneven. I think we can fix this side. Yeah. Yeah, that evens it out a little bit more. And then even though a lot of the bald head is going to be hidden, we still want to go ahead and even out our lines for the stuff we don't see in case it does show. Maybe we will have a character that's half bald. We want her bald ass head to look good, don't we? Anyways. Okay. Now we got that, I'm gonna go in here and give her some cleavage because this is our sexy character. Just a small bit. because she's pretty athletic, so she doesn't have the super cleavage. But as is our style, we're going to go in to these corners and pull them up a little bit. The blue is distracting me, so we gotta get rid of it, unfortunately. But we're just going into corners. Another option that I'm kind of tempted to do is thicken up the outside. Yeah, just a small bit right there. I'll do that as well. Yeah. And thickening the line like that, it just makes it feel really sexy. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's super smoothly satisfying to me. Now we're gonna go in there and do that. And come in there and do that. And of course some shadow on the hand. We got some unevenness with the nails, so we're just going to come in here and thicken it. Into the thicken it. But that is from our pressure sensitive pen going in and out, and that's fine. Like I said, uneven lines can add character. You just gotta, I feel like developing your style is really choosing which uneven lines you're comfortable with and which ones you aren't. So, do with that what you will. I don't like this as much, but it kind of needs to be there, just different. So we're gonna change it up like this, I think. Not quite. I think we still want it to go in. Yeah. Okay. That looks pretty decent. We're gonna come in here. Connect these. We're not going to connect this part because it kind of is the pinky sticking out over. We are going to kill that dot because it's really bothering me. Okay. Now we've gotten that arm fixed, we need to jump over to the other side here. Oh, we didn't get this clavicle piece. Yeah. Getting the boob cleavage is an option, but I prefer just deepening this part a little bit. I don't know, maybe some boob cleavage a little bit. Let's try it. Yeah, I think that very tiny bit is really good. Okay. Come in here and definitely thicken up this shadow in the under boob. I think I'm gonna add quite a bit there. Yeah. Exactly. Definitely quite a lot of shadow here. And that'll include shadow there. Just round that out nicely. Very good. We can, if you really want to give the butt a nice shape, we can go in like this. Yeah, that looks nice. And then I like to come in like this. Give that nice thick thigh appearance. And come down here because I see a spot that we can fix. See, it's very easy to just try and trace over your previous line and then disappear back into it. Especially if you're doing different line thickness, it makes it much easier to do. And I recommend doing this because it really gives nice shapes. See? Yeah. And come. Not like that, but you know. We need to really work up to down. So let's come in here, do this a little bit. Not even a lot, just a little bit. And I think I'm gonna flatten it slightly too. Because the shadow is enough to give her a nice supple shape. Speaking of, we should come in here and also get a little bit more of that shadow in there. We need to work on this arm. And this part of the arm's in deep shadow. But we want to keep the definition of the chest as the dominant one. Come in there. Not like that. Yeah, I like that a lot, especially because this is the outside of the arm. But what I'm gonna do is add a little bit more depth to that shoulder. Yeah, see how a nice thick shoulder gives it like, I don't know, a nice thick line gives it a little bit of meat, but that might be a little too thick. No, that's about right. I think I can do better. Not quite. There we go. Perfect. Keep the outside line consistent, but unfortunately we went in a little too much. It's important to try it, I think, and keep your inside lines intact as much as possible, because it really keeps the thickness of the character. And when I come in with this one, and it's okay, we're gonna just shade that in, give it a little more depth. I don't like that shape, so we're gonna go back, fix that, and then I come in here. I'm gonna erase some of this. Give it a slightly better shape. Yeah, perfect. think we can erase some of this little tail here. Perfect. And it looks awkward, super zoomed in, but it's okay because as a whole it gives, imperfections really give weight to a character. Yeah. See, that goes in. Actually, that's a good amount. See, sometimes you do want to go on the inside line if you're trying to correct a width. Like here, I feel like I didn't give her enough of a wrist. So maybe coming in on the inside line will help give her wrist a little bit more definition. Okay, add a nail there. His hand, we don't want to add too much shadow, because a lot of that comes in with the color shading. But I would round out your fingers a little bit. Make sure that while you're in here, it just looks nice and round and even. Like here, I think I want the ring finger to be a little bit longer, so what you can do is, you know, extend it out and then come in here and just boop. See how easy that was? Now we're gonna come in here and we're gonna go like this, and then I think we're just going to do the whole back finger in like that deep shadow. Yeah, that looks sick. Okay. Falling down from here, we're definitely gonna want to thicken up this leg. Thicken them. Don't be afraid to just zoom in. Really try and work on coming like in and out of your original line. Yeah, just like that. And then here, you can add toenails, but they're kind of weird in the way that they are, because they'd be like, you know, down. But it really depends on how much detail into these dolls you want to put. But at least by drawing the toenails, we know where they would be if we ever have to draw a character in sandals, which this character is. On the bottoms of the feet, it's nice to make the liner extra thick to really give that illusion of shadow. Yep. Come in here. Really just eclipse that heel is what we're trying to do. Bring in a nice ankle. The weird foot tendon. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Come in here. Ooh. Perfect. Woo. I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna give the illusion of depth by making the line under her gut a little bit thicker. That seems a little bit too much. Yeah, just slightly too much. That's actually really good. Let's keep it at that. Okay. Now we need to come in on this side. Really just darkening that thigh. I'm gonna go in like this. And it seems really deep, but we're gonna fill it in. No, that doesn't look right at all. No, no, no. Don't like that. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe we did like that. Nope. Nope, we're just gonna leave it. Okay. Now onto this back leg. I am thickening it up a little bit, but as you can see, I'm like not pressing down as hard because I'm trying to keep the front leg more prominent. Let's see, we got the toenail, it's gonna go like this, and like that. This, like that. Nope, not quite. Like that. Something's not right here. Hold on. Maybe this needs to be raised slightly. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And I know it looks kind of wonky, but we can always come in and fix it. Do that number, and I think it's mostly this one that's wonky. Come in here. A little bit lighter. Weird. You know what? Forget it. We'll just own it. coming in here and connecting lines. Perfect. We forgot this side. Okay. Our line art is done. Right. Sexy lady. Okay. Oh wait, I did forget a spot. I see it. Perfect. Now that we have all of that, all of our lines should be completely filled in. Now, if you're like me, you're still going to be tempted to go in with the paint bucket and just fill. But we shouldn't. So we're going to open up this. We are going to grab the lightest skin tone, and she's a really pink character. But it looks like our lightest is up in here, up in the thigh zone. And to make sure that we actually get everything, because this is the hardest, getting every part of this is actually the hardest part. We're going to delete, make that invisible. We're going to find ourselves a nice, let's do a green. Let's do a neutral. Turquoise safety green. And feel. Okay. And if it's too dark for you, you can always just lighten it. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to stay there. Because we're going to come back in here. I'm going to grab this. And it's time to start coloring. Go with as big a brush as you're comfortable with. And make sure you're not actually drawing on the line art layer. But we can always come in here, see this, and be like, no. An easier way, I think, if I'm remembering right, let's see if we can't do this. If we just color. Oh, I'm dumb. I remember something I can do. So we have this whole thing, right? We're gonna take our green, gonna fill outside. and it shouldn't touch our model. Don't do it. Perfect. Boop. Perfect. So, now that we have all this, get rid of that, and go here, grab our pink, and do that right. Yep. And it's completely filled in, no holes. Thank God. Turn back on our line art, looks great. There's probably, it looks like there's a couple pixels on the outside. If you really want to, you can just go in and no! Not what we wanted. Give me my eraser. Thank you. And that, my friends, is super smooth looking. Okay, now that we have that, pull up our reference again. Grab a slightly darker color, not so much darker, damn. Let's go and grab that. Oh, it feels so muddy. There we go. Grab almost exact same color. Cool. There we go. That feels better. Give me that. Too hard. Actually, no, just right. Oops. Back, back. We want to do a new layer. We want to clip this one to the one before, and then we want to start. I'm just going through and getting all the things that would obviously be darker. Yeah, that's actually looking so good. Color that in. Yeah, we're gonna leave that open like that. I think I'm gonna come in here like that. Like that, yeah. And like this. I know it feels like I just undid what I did, but not quite. And then like that, kind of doing the same thing that we did for the other stuff. Our light source is coming from up here. So then the half of our face that would be cast in the shadow would be about here. The mouth, the nose, and then the eyes. Shape the whole rest of that. If our lights are just coming from this way, it would actually kind of be like that. Like that. That actually looks really good. Okay. That's not quite what we want. That. Coming to Kudo, your natural instinct is going to want to be the color in this cleavage. And we're actually going to try and leave it. We're going to try to leave the direct center as unshaded as possible. Come in like this. And it doesn't matter if you're outside the line here, because then we're going to come in over here. We are going to shade the crease. And follow it down. A lot of this arm is going to end up cast in shadow from that point. So we're gonna go like this. And I think we'll let this come in like that. We can fix that a little bit more, but kinda, you get the idea. There we go. Yeah, that's about what I was looking for. Okay. I can add a bit more shading to this side. Like so. I don't like that so much. We can clean this up. It shouldn't be as defined there at the shoulder. Should be more down here. And we can clean this up a little bit by going like this. And in here. Straightening out that part and really giving it, yeah. See how nice that is? So pretty. Perfect. Okay. Next I'm gonna come in here. Is if we have good line art, it's really easy to just follow along with it to color in. Ooh. Ah, small line, baby line, no thank you. Yep, perfect. Round out this shadow. Looking really good. Here it can get a little complicated because you kind of want to make sure that you have good indication of fat through the shadow. So I'm gonna actually like follow in a little bit for a little bit of a pooch. And we're gonna go up like that. And you can tell how like doing the rounded concave really gives it the soft feel. And then we're gonna bring it all the way up in there. our shadows can get a bit wonky, so I'm actually going to connect them to the hand. Like, yes, it's a front leg, but it's a leg that's moving forward. And if our light is actually coming from this direction, then it would actually be in the shadow under the belly. And it's okay if our shadow gets into the hand a little bit because we're about to go in and add the shadow details for that. But just like I did for the kind of, really, the creases in the line art, we're just gonna kind of round out the shadows too. And this leg is swooping into the foreground. And it's really easy to just follow your kneecap line all the way up and around. Weird foot lines, obviously, pretty much everything back there is gonna be like that. I would go about here. Really trying to use our shadows to create depth here, which is the hardest part. Feet are such weird boxy shapes. But we're just gonna do it that way. It's a little messy. It's okay though. And it's because we didn't go back down. Perfect. Because our shadow's up there. I'm gonna come in on the knee. And then try to follow down the center. To really give it that rounded look. There's just a little extra, I'll probably do that. I don't know why that satisfies me so much. It probably shouldn't. Doesn't look right. Never mind. Just doubt it immediately. I think our best option is probably to do this number. Yep, it looks a little awkward, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay, back to arms. Arms. I know some of you are like, hey, but our shadow's coming from up here. But it is her body that is in the way there. and that is why there is a casted shadow onto her arm. It should be like that. I'm actually going to detail this, and what I would actually recommend is just filling in the fingers with the shadow. At an angle, it makes it look more dynamic. I might even fill in the thumb. Unsure. Maybe that's slightly too much. Yeah, like that. And I am watching chat. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, feel free. Yeah, that looks so nice. Ugh. So satisfying. I think I am gonna just close this off, yeah. That looks better there. Okay, we have half the skin tone done. Oh my gosh. This side we just need to find the halfway on the arm there. I'd give it a bit more rounded definition, like so. And then because of how far forward the hand comes, we actually want to shave the whole thing. Really give it that illusion of depth. That might be a little sharp, but it's looking really good. So we're just going to clean it up slightly. And we're going to come in here. I think we want to follow him this way, actually. Yeah, let's do it that way. So we're going to come in here and light this up again, just barely. Follow that down, and then just like the corner of the elbows, we're going to come in here. Yeah. Give her belly a more rounded look by connecting the shadows caused by her hand kind of pressing into her hip here. Yeah, that looks so good. Honestly, this side feels a little uneven to me now. So we're just gonna come in like that. Oh, it's looking so good. I'm so happy with this so far. Round that out a little bit. And now we just got one more leg, guys. One more leg. Last leg of the race. Yeah. So satisfying. Let's go to a 200 for this other side. You're gonna get that nice flow in there and then come back. Something feels off. I think it's because we need to come from this angle. Like that. And I think we need to ease up on this side. Yeah. We solved the mystery, gang. Yeah, that looks beautiful. So we're gonna come in here, soften up the knee. Now this whole foot is on the back pedal, so I'm gonna actually put it all in shadow. That doesn't look right. That's looking a little better. There we go. That looks good. Yeah, I like that. It makes it look like it's really on the back leg. Perfect. Ah, gorgeous. Okay. Okay. Okay, what I really want to do is probably I have a few options here, and I'm kind of lost as to which one I want to go with. I can, if I leave this layer exactly as it is, it definitely gives my art a more 90s cartoon feel, and I kind of like it. So, yeah, we're gonna save, Control S save, because if we lost progress here, I would be very sad. And I'm gonna go get something to drink and think about this for a moment, and I'll be right back. Maybe when I come back, we'll play a level of Dark Cloud while we stare at the picture and mull it over. But in about 10 minutes, I'll be right there. No, As it stands now, we have a great base. So I'm going to delete this tiny little light source mark that I created. Perfect. I was going to delete the mouth line there, because it's going to be different for other people's mouths. I don't know why that was fighting me so bad. But we are going to put the little... No, we're not. Because people have different shaped noses, and that will probably be affected by paint. But we are going to delete this. And let's go ahead and delete that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then we can just go on this side and go like that. Yep. Okay, and exactly like that, we are going to export this and post it to the gram later. So, oh wait, turn off dark cloud lady. Turn off background as well. So that people can import a clean, background-free thing. Export single layer PNG NPC dolls. Sexy female 1. Okay, perfect. Okay, and while that is exporting, finally we're going to play a little bit of Dark Cloud. It looks like a little line might have been exported, so let me just redo it without that. Yep. Okay. Who are you? We're not gonna worry about that. Okay. Finally got our first sexy base. do this one dungeon and then get right back to it. Brave. Dashers, dashers. Now, I'm first going to be using this base for Dark Cloud NPCs, but if there's other NPCs that you want me to do the doll parts for, just let me know. Gimme. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff here. Hell yeah. Oh, thank God that mirror gave us an antidote. Probably kill this skeleton and that's it as far as the weapon HP. Give me all the Atlania. Ooh, Macho, that's a character. Okay, Macho's house. double weapon durability. Seems about the same. Huh. Doesn't matter, we did it. Stop by this waterfall on the way out. Perfect. Don't start with me. Aw. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thank you. Okay. Pause there. Back to drawing. Good wet water. Okay. Now it's okay to take all these layers and merge them into one big sexy layer now. So I'm going to take that and put that up. Delete that. Bring up this. It should be in bases. And then there should be a new one. We'll start with faces. And this is, you know, it will be extra cool. Do ritual. Dancer. And then we're going to put this inside another folder. Labeled Dark Cloud in case we decide that we're going to make a bunch of them. Okay. We're going to take this. We're going to lower it. We're going to add this. Actually, we don't need to lower it for the face. We need to lower it for a lot of other things, but not the face. But we do need our guidelines. Easy enough. Okay, this first layer is going to be a sketch layer, so it's okay. We can do it whatever color we want. Whoa, that's bad. My pencil. If the nose right down the middle is here, and you can see she has a very triangle nose. Very, very triangle. So, like, the shadow is like this, and it would be the same on this side. It doesn't go in quite so much, and it's a little bit more out. So it'd be more like this on this side. And she's very much got I don't even care kind of eyebrows. Okay, kind of weird shaped mouth, but it's okay because this is just the sketch layer. But yeah, that's looking pretty good actually. Now that we got that, you can tell that her eyes are a little droopy. They're actually going to go down like this. Mm-hmm. That part a little bit more straight. As you can see here, this eye still managed to be a little funky, but that is the best part about doing it digitally. Just a slight tweak, and we are almost completely back to where we want to be. Okay, so there are two ways we can go about this actually, and that is we can separate eyes, nose, and mouth, or we can just do complete face plates. It's probably best if we do like eyes, nose, and mouth separately. So let's go ahead and make a new layer. Sorry, a new folder. Eyes. No, Georgie. Go in here. Turn that down. We can actually turn this layer off now. Georgie, stop. No. 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 It's not time yet. No. Brat. No. Okay, I'm gonna come in here. Georgie, stop. With our black. And here's where it starts to get a little bit tricky, so I would recommend doing a new window. Maybe not there. Yeah, maybe up there. Doing it like that. Unfortunately, this is pixelated, so you don't want to zoom in too much because you actually lose some of the translation. And here we go. Gonna start with the bottom lid. Whoa, that's so big. I do like that because her bottom lid is definitely smaller than her top. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do a few lashes just like that. I don't like how close I am to touching there, so we're gonna back up. I'm gonna follow it a little further, maybe not a car length, but definitely further than we were. Follow that there. That's actually really nice. And make sure we curve it out. Hi, Manchi, welcome home. I'm streaming the arts. Do you want me to take a break? Keep on streaming for much. Give it like, I don't know, 15 minutes. Okay. 10 minutes for right now. Hmm. Alright, come around like that. And she has some nice, thick, sexy eyelids. From here, we have two options. We can redraw it or we can mirror it. I actually opt to redraw because your eyes are actually not going to be exactly the same and it adds a more human element. So I'm going to come in here, like that. This eye feels wider, so we're actually going to bring it in a little bit. I really like the difference of this eye, but we need to bring it in a little bit. It just feels far away. Yeah, not up, just in. There we go. I like that, but it's a little too thick. It doesn't match the other side. We're going the wrong way with it. Let's window view, flip, back the other way. Yeah, there we go. It looks like we can rotate it a little bit, and that might help maybe scale it tiny bit. Something's off about it. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, and we got that. We can actually turn that off. And we have some pretty good looking eyes there. And come in here, not with white, but with almost white. Go to the layer underneath the line art. Not quite like that. Let's take the 30. We're gonna come in a little bit. That actually looks super good. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited about this. Ah, ah, that looks so good. Okay. Do another layer on top of that. Come in here. Go darker, not much, just barely. And I'm gonna leave it this kind of off shade. And come in here, lock transparent, parent. We're gonna clip. And what that's gonna allow us to do Let's draw. See how I can draw like outside the border and it doesn't actually draw outside the white lines? That's exactly what we want. And bam. Okay. Now we're gonna go, we like that, so we're gonna go to merge it. And we can turn off the lock transparency. And we can go up a layer more. And she's just got kind of normal round eyes. That's a little even too big. Like it looks to me like her eyes barely touch the bottom. Ah, so weird. Okay. Don't be afraid to go ahead and do another sketch layer. If you really need to work out the shape, do it. It's better to get it right. That looks kind of fish-eyed. Delete that. Come on in. And a little bit more. I still think it's you. Yeah, that looks much better. All right. I know, no more new layers, but it's okay because this one's just the outline. We're coming here with this. And come down to about 10. I'm playing with the thickness a little bit because I really want a nice shape. Like, that is one of the cool things about art. Sometimes you're not looking for perfect, you're just looking for nice. Come back in, make you a little wider. Not much. We can turn you off. We can actually delete you whole. And now what's really bothering me here is that we don't have eyebrows. So we're not going to actually like draw them. We're just gonna She's had enough of your shit. No, I don't like those eyebrows. That's good. Okay, we're not gonna mess with them too much because we're not here for the eyebrows. We're here to finish these eyes, and then I think I'm gonna call it for the day. So now we want one more layer. Actually, we're gonna come back in here. I'm gonna experiment with I'm trying to simplify processes, and I think part of that is going to be including line art here. Oops, not that much. Come back down. I'm gonna try to give it a bit of a comic flair by doing some hatching for preemptive shading before we go underneath with our color. A bit more red than anything, but it's probably about in here. We don't like to fill because I find it doesn't get everything. Okay, and then we're actually going to come in with one more. We're going to come darker. I'm going to lock out, clip. And because I cannot resist an airbrushing, I'm going to come in a little bit darker than that. I'm almost done with the eyes. And then I'll stop there. So yeah, we're going to come in with the airbrushing, give it a nice dark look in the shadows. And still in the iris, we're going to come in with a little bit of pink with a much smaller brush. Do some of that number. Oops. That doesn't look as good as the other side. We're starting to rush a bit. Perfect. And then we're going to come in with a white. Add a little more highlights there, but then we're going to come in now. All this, and we can finally merge, and merge, so that we can take this layer right here we can go a little bit smaller. Let's go about a 25. And there you go. That is one set of eyes done for our doll. We can go in with some more shadow around the eyelids to do more, but for now, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and merge this and stop this stream here. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.